So if you're considering moving to Gilbert, Arizona, but you're not quite sure if it fits you and your family's needs, this is the right video for you. So what we're actually going to do today is go through 5 very different neighborhoods in Gilbert to kind of show you the different flavors, if you will, that the city has to offer. So the idea behind this video is you could actually do this as a driving route. You could probably complete it in like an hour and a half. And these are like real neighborhoods. I know a lot of times on Instagram or other social media platforms, we showcase the most expensive, the most beautiful neighborhoods, but these are like really closer to the median sales price of Gilbert. And if you aren't able to get here in person, no worries. We're still going to show you a lot of videos of these different neighborhoods so you can kind of get an idea if Gilbert is worth pursuing further or not. And I am Courtney Strelzik from Real Broker. I'm a local agent here and in Gilbert. I actually live here. And I actually relocated here to Arizona about 10 years ago. And the reason why I created this channel is I really just wanted to help people get a good understanding of what this area is like. I wish I had something like this when I first moved here. So if you are considering moving to the Phoenix East Valley, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and I will give you some clarity and insight in whether this is a good place for you to live. Now, the first neighborhood I'm going to take you, this is called The Islands, and this is on the very northwest part of Gilbert. You're only about a mile from downtown Gilbert, and because you're on the very far northwest side of the city, if you have to commute to Phoenix or maybe have to go to the airport a lot, this is definitely one of the more convenient locations of Gilbert. This is also one of the older or more established areas of Gilbert as well. So a lot of the homes were built in the 80s, 90s. You're going to find a lot of that very typical Arizona stucco, clay tile roofs. And this is, it's one of the original master plan communities in Gilbert. It's a huge neighborhood with a lot of subdivisions within the neighborhood. And there's, of course, some gated communities. Those are going to be more expensive. The lakes are gorgeous there, but the homes on the lakes are a lot of them are, $1 million homes, but then you have a lot of just normal traditional homes that are, between like 5 and 800,000. And then you also do have some more patio type homes and townhomes that are, lower budget. But overall, the neighborhood, the lakes, they're gorgeous. And the houses in this neighborhood will give you a really good representation of what more northern Gilbert is like. And then the second neighborhood, we're going to head east about 15 to 20 minutes. And the next neighborhood is called Morrison Ranch. Now, this is a very famous neighborhood, I would say. It's often portrayed on social media quite a bit because it has beautiful, lush green grass everywhere. And then there's these tree-lined streets and then white picket fences. It's really a picturesque neighborhood. And it is also a master plan community. So really big neighborhood with subdivisions within the neighborhood. And each of these subdivisions were built at different periods of time. The newest section, Lakeview Trails, was actually built, some of the homes were even built in like 21, 22. And it's not necessarily the cheapest neighborhood. Most of the homes are going to be between like 600 to $1 million. And there are some luxury properties in here as well. And then we've seen a few homes, close to that $500,000 mark. Not many of them, but a few. And the main reason why I'm showing this neighborhood, it's very picturesque. This neighborhood really embodies the feel of Gilbert, if you will, or why people are drawn to our city in particular. This neighborhood is also very close to Highway 202, which again, I mean, this applies to any place in Phoenix Metro, but the closer you are to a major highway, it definitely makes things easier to get around. The third neighborhood I'm going to take you is actually Cooley Station, and this is actually very close to Morrison Ranch, but it's just on the south side of the 202. And the main reason I'm showing you this area is because not just Cooley Station, but some of the surrounding neighborhoods like the Willows, they have a lot of different, they're detached single family homes, but they're on like pretty tiny lots, like 4,000 square feet. So some of them you have a shared driveway. You don't even have your own driveway, where others you have a private driveway, but the backyard is pretty small. So previously I've had a lot of investors or first time home buyers come to this area. I mean, it's really well kept. There's a lot of mature landscaping. There's actually Cooley Station is another master plan community, and they actually have their own downtown area in the center of it. Again, very family oriented. You'll be driving around. You most likely will see a whole bunch of kids on bikes and people walking around. And in this neighborhood, there's other larger homes as well on proper size lots. So you have somewhat of a backyard and a pool and all of that. So you will have sections of neighborhoods like this as well. These homes, I mean, price wise, like $600,000 to $900,000. And this neighborhood also does have pretty good community amenities as well. You'll see pools. There's different playgrounds, a lot lot of green spaces and parks. And the other great thing about the location of this area is, of course, you're close to the highway, so it's that convenient access, but you're also very close to Santan Village, which is our main shopping area with every shop you can think of, and also has a lot of different restaurants there as well. Overall, I know a lot of people that live in this area, yes, report having really good quality of life, which is the main reason why I'm highlighting this area. Now, the next region, we're gonna actually go a little bit southeast, and this is Waterston Central, which is a new construction neighborhood. So Waterston Central is, we're starting to enter more South Gilbert. And something to note is Gilbert doesn't have a lot of new construction left. There's not a lot of communities being built. There's gorgeous amenities, clubhouse, lake, and keep in mind, because this is a new development, all these amenities are brand new. So if you want to get an idea of what this is really going to look like in a couple of years, the sister community, Waterston North, this was built a few years prior, and the amenities there are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the grass is actually green, you know, everything is completed. So this will give you a general idea of what Waterston Central will look like in a few more years. I will say these homes aren't inexpensive. The lower end homes really are starting in like the high 6s, low 7s. And these are on pretty tiny lots. You might be able to fit a pool in the backyard, but it's pretty small. And there are other homes, of course, that are bigger in size, bigger yards. But there are a lot of these homes can be over $1 million as well. But the main reason I want to highlight this neighborhood, because this will give you a really good depiction of what new construction looks like compared to a resale home, a home that's already been lived in. Now, the fifth neighborhood, we're going to go all the way south to the bottom of Gilbert. This is like the OG master plan community in the south part of Gilbert, and we're talking about Seville. And Seville is actually a golf community. There's a golf course right in the middle of it, and depending on the orientation of your yard, you may have some views of the Santan Mountains. Now, the homes in this neighborhood, you're going to see a lot of variety. I mean, there's some homes that were built not that long ago in a gated community, like basically these are proper estates, and then you have a lot more like traditional single family homes. Now, I personally think this area of Gilbert is absolutely gorgeous, but the one thing to be aware of is because you're on the south side of Gilbert, you are further away from a major freeway. So if you have to commute, you know, to like Central Phoenix, it's gonna take a little bit more time than other parts of Gilbert, but it's still a much more convenient location than compared to some of its neighboring cities like Queen Creek or Santan Valley. But maybe a commute isn't a problem for you. Maybe you work from home or you work locally. And if that's the case, I would definitely explore this area because it really is beautiful. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, I really picked these neighborhoods because I really wanted to show you variety, what variety Gilbert has to offer. Now, the best way to really explore Gilbert and understand if it would work for you or not is getting your boots on the ground and actually driving around. And I actually created a Google map route so you can actually just click on the link and it'll take you from one place to the next. So if this would be helpful for you, go ahead and look in either the description or the comments and I'll have the link there for you to click on. And if you want to see more neighborhoods in Gilbert, I actually created a playlist right here highlighting some of my favorite neighborhoods. Thank you so much for your time and have a fantastic day.